Cool, cool.
Well, now that everybody's here, let's get started. Who wants to recap what has happened for last session, or that can remember what happened last session?
Well, I can say when it comes to Jukes, he was at the bar and he ran into Tada, and then after that he got way too drunk, way too early in the day, and had an awkward time with his, I guess, past fling at the medical center. She hooked him up to an IV and kind of passed out. And despite being in a state that he should have not had any sort of conscious activity, he had a freaky ass dream, and that freaky ass dream freaked him out, and so he just GTFO'd out of that medical center and back to his place where he went to think about his life. Otherwise, I admit I'm a bit selfish, so I am a bit fuzzy on what happened last session for other characters.
I mean, if everybody just wants to recap what they did with their characters, that's fine too. It'll all piece together.
So Sean, somebody hacked into his desk terminal and stole or deleted his folders, information, his files that he's been building on both the mining incident and the missing parts subplot. He ran into IT folk, and then with the colonial marshals, he wasn't impressed with either group because they are both incompetent, in his opinion, in Sean's opinion. But he was able to recreate the folders, the files, just in time to hand back to his supervisor, Vargas. And I think they were able to pinpoint the theft of the files over to Nelson Sharp. But like I said, the colonial marshals seemed less than enthusiastic about pursuing it in any way, shape, or form. And that's about it for Sean.
Yeah. Ransom called in Nelson Sharp from the mining site and questioned him regarding the hack onto Anderton, but nothing conclusive was gained.
Yep. And then Nelson started back at work, and then for some reason got called in to talk to the cops.
It's like I just got back and I'm getting called in. It's like, all right, what do you want? You know. So Nelson talked to the cops and they're asking about some Sean guy. I don't fucking know. But yeah, something happened with his stuff, and apparently it's got my name on it. But I don't know what happened with that. So who knows?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened last time. Kind of all in all, of being impromptu things that had happened. You know, it was actually still quite eventful. But to start off this session, so Sean, you are trying to attach yourself to this basically what the geologists are doing and trying to get into the the ruins that they have discovered.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what Sean is trying to do.
All right. What avenues are you trying to take in this aspect?
So he will most likely go to the geologists, right?
Yeah.
Um, and just kind of attach himself there. I don't know, do we want to have
Well, like
dialogue with that, or
in what capacity are you trying to attach yourself to it?
attach Sean? Sean will want to be there to oversee any company interests or anything that the company may deem valuable to invest in further.
Okay. All right. And what is your plan? And your plan for doing so is obviously you said you're gonna go and try and talk to them and whatnot. But what is it that you're doing?
He will go down to the office there of the geologists and kind of present a case of saying just that the company is of course paying their salaries for this site, this colony, and that it would be beneficial for them to allow the company to tag along to make sure we are being kept in the loop as to what is being discovered and how it's being reported. Because Weyland-Yutani does have the mining rights, and therefore anything in the mines would then be property of Weyland-Yutani.
Okay.
So,
So are you like just kind of question? Are you going there in person, or are you like just kind of like ringing them up over comms?
most likely overcome.
Okay. So the person that you're talking to is like, oh yes, of course, all reports will be submitted so that Weyland-Yutani will be able to have all of their data.
Well, that's appreciated, but I would like to join you on this expedition.
What exactly for?
For the reasons already mentioned.
Oh, okay. We weren't advised that any company representative would be directly overseeing this, but I guess that's the company's prerogative.
Well, that sounds like an agreement. So when should I meet you down at the mines?
Well, teams have already been down there for the last couple days setting up.
Have they entered this structure?
I believe that they are getting ready to. Unfortunately, we don't have the usual equipment for this kind of stuff, mainly because, this planet was surveyed. When this planet was surveyed, they didn't find any remnants of civilization, so they didn't give us any of the normal exploratory gear. So it's gonna have to be done the old-fashioned way.
Which is?
Walking around the place.
Do you have proper PPE?
Of course we have that, but we don't have any of the scanning drones or any of the advanced equipment that would allow us to do it from a safe distance before going in.
Hmm. Let's see.
So if you still want to accompany us in, I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna tell the company what it can and can't do.
Well, I will let you know about my decision by the end of today.
All right.
Thank you.
Ends the call.
Well,
So it kind of gives you something to think about. Do you want to just kind of be on an administrative role, or do you want to get down and dirty into this whole thing?
I don't know if Sean knows yet.
Okay.
If he's going to wager it or not. Because I don't think he's the type to really put himself out there in harm's way. But I think an opportunity like that may encourage him to be a bit more adventurous. I don't know what he would do. I'm gonna think on it a little bit.
As you are like finishing up that phone call and everything like that, you see one of you overhear a conversation of one of the other executive representatives coming out of Vargas's office, talking about the same exact thing. About attaching themselves to this expedition, and that somebody's going to need to have some company oversight with this, and might as well be them.
And who is this person?
This is Travis Morgan. You had met them briefly when you arrived.
That tired old queen.
So looks like someone else is trying to gun for what you're going for as well.
Well, I'm going to make my way into Vargas's office and tap on the door frame there and ask if she has a moment to spare.
Yeah, Travis, we'll talk about this later. Like I'm telling you, Vargas, you're gonna need somebody down there on the ground. You know, these scientist types are gonna try to keep the discoveries to themselves, and there's not somebody looking over their shoulders. Yeah, I know. We'll talk about it later. What's up, Anderton?
Well, Miss Vargas, following that topic, the research team has agreed to allow me to join them on their expedition in the structure that will be explored and researched here very soon. So I'm happy to report that I am willing and able to join the team in order to do that for the company's best interest.
There's so much light, I can't see you.
Anderton, are you trying to force yourself into a position that might be advantageous for yourself?
Would you judge me if I said no?
I'd judge you more if you said no.
Then I would happily be our representative on this expedition, with your permission, of course.
All right, fill out the just fill out the proper forms and everything like that, since they're already going to be expecting you. It seems like Travis is going to be pissed.
What else is new? Well, thank you, Ms. Vargas.
Good luck.
And Sean will go about filling out whatever type of legal mumbo jumbo he has to sign.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a couple of like, event forms saying that you are the supervising representative, yada yada, so on and so forth. Weyland-Yutani is not responsible for death or dismemberment in any alien civilizations, so on. Standard company contracts.
Right. Signed.
All right, Mr. Ransom, what are you up to?
That's a good question. Let's see. Is it the how long has passed since the last session in game terms?
About half a day. It's kind of like it's getting kind of to quitting time.
Gotcha. He's going to might as well just head to the IT spot, or wherever the IT folks that Anderton talked to earlier.
Down here in tech support.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're heading on down there.
Yes. And I'm going to sort of inquire after who helped Mr. Anderton with his hacking problem before.
Chase, did we put a name to them?
I think
We did. It was Joe Reeves, a female. Joey Reeves.
Oh yeah, Joanna Reeves. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you come up to Miss Reeves there. It's like, what can I do for you, Marshall?
Hello, Miss Reeves. I understand. I'm sort of following up on some complaints that we've had, not about you or about your department, but you may have run into a rather irate company representative.
Well, yeah, that's a daily occurrence.
Oh, this one was talking about some sort of security breach on his personal PC or his personal computer.
Yeah, it looked like somebody locally rummaged around in there.
And you were able to nail that down to a specific floor of the Hab complex, am I right?
Yeah, it was on the 5th floor. You don't know exactly what apartment it came through, though.
You see. Is that back door still open?
Nope. Looks like they had closed it off. We were able to track it down as far as we could.
That's good work. Yeah. I'm concerned if we have some sort of. I mean, it's quite odd. We don't have that. Viruses, that sort of thing, we see from time to time, but a specific breach is pretty rare.
To be honest, Marshall, it was probably one of the colony kids being really bored and deciding to test their luck based on what the company exec said was left over in his inbox.
Damn.
Sorry, what we saw was left over in his inbox.
What was left over?
She pulls up the image file of the poop emoji.
What?
I see. Yes, that is quite humorous, isn't it? Let's see. Well,
You know how the company types are. Everything is corporate sabotage to them.
oh, absolutely. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't necessarily trust this Anderton person. If he comes back with any more complaints, I'm curious. As much as I don't like this man, I have to wonder whether if it isn't some sort of prankster or kid, whether we might have some sort of professional or some sort of saboteur on our hands. And I don't like Wayland Yutani as much as anybody else, but it's incumbent upon me to keep an eye on things around here. So it had to have come from that 5th floor, was it?
That's as far as we tracked it to. Yep.
Let's see. And no signatures or anything that might help us narrow things down in terms of points of access, anything like that.
Unfortunately, not. Like I said, the port was closed. Honestly, almost immediately. We were just following breadcrumbs at the point that we were able to.
Okay. All right. Well, I thought I'd check. Like I said, I don't trust this guy any farther than I can throw him, but anyone who's able to crack into personal PCs is some sort of, I don't know, something I have to keep an eye on. Thanks for your time.
No problem, Marshall.
And from that, he's going to go back to his. He's going to call Lucas, boss, and basically see if we have any sort of pretense, or if we can come up with a pretense to search apartments on the 5th floor for a saboteur.
Well, it sounds like you kind of already have one. So.
All right. Then I'll go knocking on doors.
Okay. So you're heading back up to the
habitation complex or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Words are a thing that I know how to do, I swear.
No problem.
So yeah, you go up there and start knocking on some doors. Couple people most people aren't home yet. Couple people are. How do you want to go about it?
Let's see. Basically, I'm just gonna, if I can see where people were around the time of that, or if I can get alibis from people around the time of that breach, that would be good to have.
Yeah. The ones that were home were basically like, spouses of miners and stuff like that. Obviously being home, doing the homemaker stuff with their kids and everything like that. A lot of the miners are still in and out at home because they've been kind of given the last week off pretty much while the geology scientists have been poking around down in the mine. So the mining operation has been temporarily halted. So a lot of the miners are at home.
Right. In that case, I'll also ask around just about if anyone has been in contact with Anderton, sort of just gauge whether anyone might know the name.
You get a lot of blank stares of who?
That's all right. But since we already have Sharp sort of in our sights, so to speak, is he home?
At this current time, he is not at home.
Let's see. And did I get permission from Lucas to search the place?
You had he said you have a pretext on to go asking around. How far you want to take that, you know, out here you guys are the law, so
That's true. Well, is there like a public public terminal or anything like in the Hab complex on that 5th floor that sort of taps into the public net?
I mean, there's like a comm unit and whatnot. The public stuff is on the bottom floor, more or less.
Let's see. I was gonna do my own. I think I have a little bit of contact. I was gonna see if I can't just do my own due diligence if possible, just to see if there was any way I could maybe just get a scrap more that I could maybe make my snooping official with, so to speak. So like, just see if there has been any unusual traffic through through the network at that time.
Okay. So yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I mean, there's a public access terminal on the bottom floor there. That you can get into.
All right, yeah, just see like I assume similar protocols to actual real life ones, just to see if there's been any traffic from sort of local IPs or local ports.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
you get in there. You put in your credentials as marshal and everything like that, which gives you extra access to certain things. So, are you trying to breach something in particular, or just kind of a general look?
I'll sort of focus on Sharps. I like the any sort of traffic from Sharps, from his sort of domain.
Okay. At a cursory glance, it doesn't seem like anything is out of the ordinary. Just some like regular intranet usage and everything like that.
Can I take a deeper look?
You may attempt to, yes.
All right. Would there be any modifiers on that roll?
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 due to your the credentials that you have that let you kind of like access, give you like extra like administrative access or whatever, I guess.
Sure. All right. Time to do my job. Hooray. Okay. So, anything out of the ordinary just with regard to activity on that sector of the network?
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Actually, what was the initial? Let me see here. Ah. Nope, nothing that you can find.
Nuts. Well, is there any indication that maybe someone might have used any sort of outside connections or anything that might have indicated that maybe someone was using the network on that floor as a mask or some sort of
Seeing they had ExpressVPN.
yeah, basically.
Going through and looking on it, it does not look like there was an outside ping or anything like that to that IP address.
So there's nothing there?
Yeah, you don't seem to find anything that suggests that somebody might have been routing through at least through Sharp's location.
I see. Can I make it look as if there was? Sometimes you have to sort of make your own case as a colonial marshal.
Sure. Do you want to try and roll for it, or do you want to just use a story point?
I'll use a story point.
Okay.
So basically, I'm just going to make it look like basically fabricate probable cause to search the electronics of the house.
Okay. So you're gonna just kind of make a ping or whatever on his network just so that you have quote unquote evidence to give you probable cause to search the area.
Yeah, not necessarily, not necessarily implicative. Like I don't want to pin the crime on him, but I want there to be a pretense for me to
enter the apartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, look like someone maybe used his IP address without permission or whatever.
Right.
Which, who knows, might have actually happened.
Okay. So yeah, no, you can totally do that. Just, use your story point there, and it is done.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to come back to the IT folks and just tell them that I did my own due diligence, and it looks like there was something they missed, and just have them verify that it was just basically I'll walk them through the evidence just for plausible deniability, just to say that someone was basically hijacking his and use that as a with Lucas to get a search warrant for the apartment.
Okay. Yeah, so that's gonna take you a little bit of time, probably about an hour to get everything squared away there.
Sure.
In the meantime of that, Mr. Jukes.
Yep.
You get a call on your call.
No. Distraction. Oh. Great. He picks it up. Drew speaking.
It is a woman's voice. It's like, "Hey, I'm about to get off."
Oh, I didn't think you'd actually follow up. And he says that with a little bit of humility, I guess. Great. Any preference on where we meet up?
Well, you're gonna buy me dinner.
Fair enough.
Depending on how much you want to impress me, depends on where we go.
Out of character, I'm assuming the two places are the shitty bar and like the executive bar.
I mean, like, there's various like, little restaurant type things, right? There's the hole in the wall place, which I think we said was like called like Rudy's. There was the upscale place whose we gave an Italian name that I still can't remember. I really need to look at the VOD that we named this place at. And then there's like kind of a middle grade in there that is basically like the equivalent of like going to Chili's or something like
Yeah, well, no, fuck that. We're going high end.
that.
So yeah, he's like, you know what? Let's meet at that fancy place. I can recommend some good stuff when we get there.
All right.
All right. Well, then with that out of the way, he's got a pleasant distraction on his mind, so he's just gonna spend the time to freshen up and like be presentable and shave and all that good stuff before heading out to meet for food with Robin.
Mm-hmm. So about 30 minutes later, you're down in the rec area. Robin is out of her lab coat and smock, or not really a lab coat, but just out of her smock and in normal clothes. So like she looks at you and goes, "All right, well, lead the way."
Do one of those like offer arm things to then lead the way into fancy Italian place.
She kind of mockingly like takes your arm, but lets you lead her on that way.
Right. Do the social dance, so to speak. Yeah, so we get a table, sit down. He's basically going to like order for them what, or presuming it's what she wants. He will recommend ordering basically what he had with Sean.
Mm-hmm. I forget, was that actually like the kind of wine that y'all had or something like that, Sean? What was it that y'all ordered? Or what, or no, like you just had a beer, I thought, and then like
Yeah, I had a beer, but I comped him for whatever fancy wine he had. But in this case, he would probably also get himself the same wine.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, well, there we go. A 2153.
Excellent year. Excellent year.
It's like, would you like just the glass, or would you like a whole bottle?
Please bring the bottle.
Very well, sir.
So, Robin, how's work been going for you lately?
Oh, you know, had a couple of crazies coming through, present company included.
Oh, well, thank you. You're so generous.
Hey, you're the ones that make my job interesting. Otherwise, it's just like scraped knees of kids and painkillers for the miners.
Jukes knows about the general mining incident at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, everybody
like
kind of like
public.
knows about it.
Right. Yeah, so Jukes said just, presses a bit. He's like, so nothing too serious from that mining accident then?
Oh, we had a couple of injuries, but most of the people, it appears they died outright. We only had like a handful of people actually come back injured, and that was the worst was that one guy with the shrapnel in his leg.
No, huh? That sounds pretty nasty.
Yeah, thankfully we were able to get it out without any real incident. Of course, then there was that one person who apparently locked themselves in their room for over a week or two.
Yeah, what came of that?
He's still there, kind of rambling on about mother and all this other stuff. I guess he just kind of snapped, even though he was apparently supposed to be going home.
Jukes kind of like pauses a bit at the word mother. He's like, what about his mother? And he tries to like play it off a little bit, but he's
I don't know. It just says that his mother's calling him. I guess he's just really homesick or something. Some people just really can't handle the life of a colonist, even though they might pass the psych test on Earth. When they get out here, it's a whole nother story.
right.
But
nothing unusual with him.
I
that
mean,
you guys found?
other than his state when he came to us, malnourished, dehydrated, and I guess, like I said, he just kind of seemed like he just kind of snapped.
I see. And then Jukes kind of tries to play it off a bit. He's like, yeah, I was just wondering because I was the guy who found him like that. So,
Oh yeah, that's right. You are. I remember seeing your name on the intake.
right. So, how's your life outside work then? If you don't mind me asking.
Just little of this, little of that. Got to try to find things of interest where you can out here on the colony life. Takes about 2 to 3 weeks for any of the new stuff that comes out on Earth to get here. So
I know what you mean. Have you ever played chess?
once or twice, not really my forte.
I see. Yeah, I was just curious because that's something I learned about recently. Strange game.
got to do what you got to do to keep it entertained. So, what about you, Brooklyn? What have you been doing up here since we all arrived?
Apart from finding that crazy guy, mostly bored out of my mind. But
Er,
I think you already knew that.
Really, no super exciting things going on. You had a lot of stuff talking up back on Earth before we came, saying you were gonna live on the edge and shake things up.
Yeah, I said that, didn't I? Well, seems the harsh reality of the frontier is cramping my style.
Yes, well, it's not all as glorious as everybody thinks, especially on mining colonies. It's really just kind of the same it is on Earth, except, you know, in our case, it's always freezing outside.
Yep.
The waiter comes with the bottle of wine and pours each of you a glass, and then leaves it there.
Thank
Like, are you
thank
ready to order, sir?
Yes. Well, he looks over to Robin, see if she's ready.
She just kind of gives you a look as like, I'm gonna order whatever. She kind of gives you that order as like, I'm gonna order whatever I want.
And he gives a look of, like a dare almost.
She kind of shrugs and like she orders like a couple of things off of the menu. Um, you know, a nice big steak and sides and whatnot, and kind of
Yeah, that's. Oh, go ahead.
no, it's just like, yeah, just kind of like she's kind of like, seems like she's waiting for, after like she orders it, just kind of like waits to see your reaction on it. It's kind of definitely the pricier cuts.
Sure. Yeah. No, he's like, that sounds fantastic. I think I'll have the same. 2, please.
Very, very good, sir. Very good. And you know, he leaves the doors to leave you in conversation again. Like, see, so like, so I guess you are kind of trying to impress me again, aren't you?
It's the least I could do.
Oh yeah, you know, coming into my workplace drunk, raving like a less mad man. I guess this kind of makes up for it.
I do what I can.
I'm sure you do. And you know, you guys continue to have conversation, whatnot, and
Yep.
kind of goes on, and you eventually get the bill for everything, and comes out to pretty pricey, like about $250.
Ready? I'll do the math later, but I jotted that down.
Mm-hmm. That wine was not cheap.
Of course not.
Both your meals combined actually did not come to the price of the wine.
Indeed, that sounds about right. All right. Well, then, after after the meal, he's actually going to, perhaps uncharacteristically for him that she would probably be aware of, he's gonna just actually like say goodnight to her, and not like press for anything additional,
Mm-hmm.
and probably go back to his room.
So yeah, she goes, "Oh, okay. Good night."
Good night. Yeah. So yeah, with that, even though it's all been a fantastic distraction, um, it's been just that for him, like a distraction where even that he couldn't help but think about like the dream he had, especially when she mentioned like the other guy still raving on about his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so probably initially he's going to go back to what his previous distraction was, which was he was playing like chess with the like local computer.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually he's going to get like fed up with himself, and he's going to see like if he can scour the colony net. Yeah, exactly, Peter. Oh, poor baby, you're losing it. Rook to queen 7. Checkmate, checkmate. Cheating bastard. Yeah. Yeah, and so he's gonna try in vain to look up anything that he can dig up on a colony, and that might connect to, like further information on the guy that was brought in, if he's had any like psych evaluations or other, like if there's a bulletin board forum that, people are rambling about shit,
Right. Okay.
or barring that, if there's like the colony equivalent of like Wikipedia or something like that, to see
Right.
if like he can play in like, what does your dream mean, that sort of thing.
Sure. But yeah, nothing that you find immediately. If it is more widespread that you think it is, nobody is talking about it publicly.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, back to Mr. Ransom. You have all your paperwork in order, and you are heading back to the living quarters here to assert your authority.
Indeed. So I will knock on the door and see if it comes to it.
Nope, doesn't look like anybody's home yet.
Well, I'm gonna have to. We'll take the warrant to the front door and just open up.
Okay. You use a kind of like your martial override to open the door. You don't have to like force it or anything like that.
No.
Emergency override codes, all that kind of stuff.
Precisely. Colony security.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Nelson lives in one of these the smaller apartments for single living. So if you go all the way to the right of the map setup, you'll see the different room setups.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
So that top room setup right there is
Gotcha. I'll announce myself and say, Colonial Marshals, and then sort of look around for possible network access points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get in there. Nothing really out of the ordinary. You see a little Roomba putting around, but that's about it.
I see. No, like, monitors or, like...
I mean, sure, there's a computer and whatnot there.
All right,
But,
I'm going to...
But
I'll
yeah,
take a look.
Nothing, like I said, nothing out of the ordinary. Every apartment basically has a built-in computer terminal.
Sure. Well, I mean, I'm going to want to see, if there's nothing on the network that, is evidence of some sort of breach, there might be something on the local PC.
Right.
I'm going to take a look at it if I can.
Okay. Steve, do you password lock your terminal?
Do I do what?
Do you password lock your terminal?
I wonder if Timmy did. Actually, shit. Thinking about it, being in the workspace that it is, I would assume that Nelson would. Especially if it's an apartment type of thing, because you don't know who the fuck is next to you or across from the hall or not on any other floors. So I think it would have a password.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's password locked.
I see. Do I have any sort of? I don't have any sort of skeleton key access or any sort of.
No, because if you're doing a password lock, it is custom to whoever is quote unquote owns the computer.
Sure. No network admin access, anything like that.
No, not for individual terminals.
Gotcha.
Wait, is he in the room at the moment?
Yes.
Doesn't that mean Timmy's also there?
Yes. And Timmy is acting like himself, a Roomba.
Yes, of course.
Of course. In that case, I'll be. Are there any other? I'm going to be. I guess I don't know if there's an Internet of Things in the far future. But look for like any televisions or anything that has any sort of network access, because I'm under the theory right now that there is some sort of that if Sharp himself did not hack Anderton's terminal, that someone used his location to do so.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, there is internet ports that stuff is plugged into. Like that's easy enough to find.
Sure. All right. Any like wire? I guess I don't know. Is wireless a thing in the Alien universe?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Be kind of strange if it wasn't, because spaceships.
True. Like personal devices, but I guess we've already established that there are like PDAs.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess I'll look for anything that's going to have any sort of basic operating system, like like routers or smart devices, anything that might be used as a hijacking point.
Okay. I mean, so
you would probably look at the Roomba just to see if it had like a interface of any sort.
I mean, it looks like a Roomba. I mean, you'd probably have to take it apart if you really wanted to really get into it.
Much as I would like to, that's probably a bridge too far.
Ah, yes, the Roomba is made of Roomba.
Let's see. In that case, I'll
Like
there's no-
there are places that you could plug in a anything that you wanted to, right? You could even unplug the computer and whatnot and just like plug in your own device if you wanted to.
yeah, that's probably. I mean, that was what I was planning to do, is like have my own PDA or diagnostic device to sort of
Mm-hmm.
around.
Okay, so is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna plug straight into the network, plug from here.
Correct.
Okay. So you plug in a diagnostic device, and it does going through and whatnot. What exactly are you looking for?
Any sort of evidence of non-standard like port activities, or basically any like large file transfers, because it sounds like there was quite a lot that was, or anything that's like any discrete file transfers, essentially.
Okay.
There's got to be a trail here somewhere.
Right. Let's see. Do you have any specific equipment?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Nothing like noted in the book, I don't think.
Okay. So the device that you have just kind of basically shows like rudimentary data transfers. Like it won't show you anything like specific. Like it won't say like, yes, this is file X, Y, and Z and whatnot. It will just show like incoming and outgoing signals.
Gotcha. Is there anything other than the computer that was accessing the wider net?
Seems like it just came from the computer itself. You do have like timestamps and stuff, and there was ingoing and outgoing signals around the time of the alleged breach from here. But you can't tell exactly what it was exactly. It literally could have just been, going on like, the equivalent of Facebook at the time.
Sure. Well, we'll see what that's about. In that case, he'll sort of unplug and he'll be waiting. He'll wait outside. He's got some sort of secondhand, third-hand paperback novel that he'll just be hanging outside Nelson Sharp's apartment till he gets home, because John doesn't have anything better to do.
Okay. So Nelson.
Oh golly boy, today seems like a good day. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. So you've been at work most of your day, just kind of like supervising the equipment, making sure nothing else breaks down or explodes and whatnot. And you've just been kind of mingling around with the geology team and a couple of the mining supervisors down in the mine. And they say that they're going to be ready to go into ready to basically breach the walls of the. They're just calling it a ruin.
Okay.
For lack of a better term at the moment. And that it'll be done first thing tomorrow, and that it'll basically be started first thing tomorrow.
Okay.
So, Ken has said that he wants you there to be able to again monitor the equipment and make sure everything is up to spec while they're doing all this, so that there's not a repeat of what happened, a week ago.
Mm,
But for today, your work is done.
alrighty. Well, Nelson thinks that it's about time he had a day without some weird occurrence of people in suits. So he's gonna pack his things and probably clock on out. And assuming it's been a whole ass day, so
Yeah.
he'll probably be wanting to. I don't know. I don't think. I don't remember if I actually have Nelson as a person that drinks or anything. But
I mean, getting called in, having to be talked to by the cops is usually not a fun thing.
yeah. But
Most people would probably get a drink after that, but I mean, if Nelson wouldn't, then
sure. Nah, he can go straight back. He'll probably want to sleep more than drink, to be honest.
all right. Well, as you get back to your apartment, you see Marshall Ransom waiting in front of your door, reading a paperback.
I've met this person before, right?
Yes, he was there during your interrogation, as it were.
Alrighty. Nelson's just going to casually approach his door and notice Ransom there, and just be like, "Mr. Ransom, can I help you?"
Oh, Mr. Sharp, I was just waiting outside your apartment here. I have a warrant to search your apartment.
A warrant.
A warrant.
Already. Sure. I can let you in. No problem.
Sure.
So,
I'll follow
beep,
you.
boop, beep, and fucking walk right in. So, I guess Nelson would hold the door open for the marshal to step inside first, unless if he prefers to hang back. I don't know. I feel like it is a polite thing, but if there's a warrant, I can understand a slight suspicion of things going on. So,
I
but
mean, Ransom will say, like, to be absolutely clear, we just found evidence that someone or something was using using the ports in your network access to mess with our good friend Sean Anderton's PC. And I don't necessarily think it was you, but I want to run some ideas by you, see if we can figure out what might be happening here.
okay. I don't see why I shouldn't. So yeah, let's see what's going on. Where would you like me to check first? The or I mean, are we already in the apartment or what?
Yeah, we're in the apartment
Yeah.
now.
So as you walk in, the Roomba turns the corner. He's like, "Hey."
Oh, hello.
Hello. Hey, hey, Timmy. How's it going? Oh, hello. Timmy's not coming quite through. I gotta check his voice module.
Oh, nice. So he's kind of like, he thought it was just you for a second, then he saw the marshal, and he like just kind of went to like weird noises instead. Just kind of like shutting up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Is
Huh.
that a artificial intelligence?
You know, I don't really know. It's kind of weird. Like he does have some kind of like small program things, I guess, to notice me. I guess I did buy him on that one weird Amazon store, but fucking who knows, you know? But yeah, he kind of talks every now and then. I'm not sure why,
I see.
but
This is a new thing. This talking this talking robot.
I guess. I mean, it's like, you know, it's as new as those weird commercials that you see every now and then, and it's like, oh, hey, you know, I want to check it out. But yeah, but he's just a Roomba though, so.
This is going to sound strange, but is it all right if I bring your trash bot in for questioning?
You'll never take me alive.
What the fuck?
And then just in his little Roomba way, like tries to turn like the 45 degrees that it does at a time and tries to go back around the room.
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna look at it like Kurt Russell looking at the thing's head. It's like, what? Well, I think we've got our man.
It sounds kind of weird, yeah. I don't mind you taking him in. Like, cause it seems kind of weird how he's acting.
Yeah. Where'd you say you got this guy?
It's some fucking commercial Amazon store thing, and bought it one day, and it's like, oh yeah, it's a Roomba and he talks, you know. So it's like I thought it was like a gimmick thing, but it definitely seems to have a bit more of a personality than some other robots that I've seen.
I got it from you.
Hmm.
Timmy, explain yourself.
I'm talking to no coppers.
Uh-huh.
And say, well,
No,
well,
Timmy, you got to listen to the man. What's going on?
You told me how fast I knew you would.
What are you fucking on about?
Little Jimmy told me.
Huh?
what now?
It seems like he might just be trying to quote old gangster movies.
I see.
I think Timmy might have been watching a little bit too much TV.
Well, this is not the day I envisioned.
Neither myself, but I guess if you want to take a look at Timmy and see what's been going on, I guess I don't, you know, see anything wrong with that.
All right, Timmy, you're coming with me.
No.
Does he have an off switch?
No.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. He just usually goes charges himself in the wall, and then it's like that's basically it. But
It says, well, Timmy, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. And pulls out his stun baton.
Your mother was a snowblower.
Timmy, you just gotta cooperate, dude. what's going on?
You're disappointing your father.
You're a disappointment to your father.
Oof. I'm sorry, Ransom. This is very unlikely of him.
Never thought I'd see robot delinquency on this page.
Oh shit.
I
All
mean,
right,
it is
take
is
that.
literally as easy as going up and hitting the power button on top of him to turn him off. So
Okay. I guess let me see here. This does seem like a button over here. Let me just. Nelson reaches over. I'm not sure if Timmy's going to cooperate or not, but he's gonna hit the button on top of Timmy.
I wonder if I'll dream.
Jeez.
As it didn't
I
have to
was-
be this way, Timmy. Okay.
So-
I said, well, assuming that this misbegotten creature, acted under his own power, would he possibly have? Would he have taken a dislike to Sean Anderton at some point in the past?
I mean, it sounds weird because, well, first it's a robot having a disliking to a human being, but it's another thing to just straight up target somebody like Sean Anderton.
Yeah, it doesn't seem wise, does it?
I don't understand how any of this makes sense.
Hmm.
I might just need to sleep it off. I don't get it. I'm not sure I'm in the right timeline right now.
I see. All right. Well, in that case, I'll just take Timmy off your hands for a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and clean out his, or like, I guess, do Roombas have like trays you have to dump out or whatever?
Yeah.
yeah,
You gotta.
it's like an under tray you take off.
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and take care of that, so it may be a little bit lighter, and then I'll just be taking this down to the IT folks and see if we can figure out what happened. But from everything I can see, I don't particularly, I'm not, I don't see why we can't just keep this between us. Really, I just don't want to give that motherfucker the satisfaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
Okay. In that case, I will tuck Timmy under my arm and bring him out.
What? Okay. Pete, what was the fucking voice thing that you're using for Timmy?
I altered one of the robot ones a little bit, so
It was-
it's a slightly custom one.
Here it is. Yes. It's like.
I don't want to be bread. I don't want to be bread. No.
Yeah, it's that, and I've altered it a little bit.
That's fucking great.
So I'll go. Yeah, in that case, I'll go down to Joe and see if we can do some interrogation off the book.
Rest in peace, Timmy. You would have loved Watch Dogs too.
So yeah, do you take Timmy back down to the marshal's office
I'm gonna
as
take him down to
evidence?
IT first.
Okay. So head back to IT.
Indeed. With
So-
my under my arm, I'll go to Joe and just say, "You got a second?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
This is a modern marvel. I just need.
It looks like it looks like a Roomba.
It does, doesn't it? So I was thinking, if there's someplace private we can talk.
He like looks around the cubicles made of servers. This is about as private as you get around here.
All right. So I'll explain it, just sort of saying, well, it seems like my going theory is that the breach to Mr. Anderton's PC originated from this Roomba seemingly acting under its own recognizance, and I want to ask it some questions. Can you help me out with that?
She just kind of gives you this blank stare. And hold on, I gotta discipline a cat.
Get out the water spritzer.
Freaking thieving little goblin motherfuckers.
What?
Cat stealing fries.
That's fucking great.
Okay. Repeat the last statement.
Sexy goblin motherfuckers.
I meant your last statement.
My last statement.
I don't think that's. God damn it.
Anyway. Okay, repeat what you said last to Joe.
Just basically telling her, like, basically, I want to plug this thing in. I think it might have some sort of intelligence, or I want to just sort of see what's going on with this thing.
Yeah, she kind of like is giving you this blank stare of like the room, and just it's just like, you want to talk to the Roomba.
Yeah, turn it on.
I mean,
I think.
you have it in your
Look
arm,
into-
so you can turn it back on if you want.
All right, I'll put it on a table under a single bulb. So put the pressure on, create a very sort of intense sort of atmosphere, and turn it back on. Says Timmy.
Little chime comes on from that Roombas have whenever you turn them on. The little.
I've never actually interacted with a Roomba before in real life, so I don't know. I'm sort of making this up as I go along.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, it just sits there.
It says, so Joe, is there any way we can access this Roomba on the OS level? I have reason to believe that this was our point of breach.
Starts
And I
doing
want to
it.
know how
It starts doing its Roomba thing of like, you know, cleaning stuff up.
can I plug it? Is it there like a port I can plug in some sort of diagnostic stuff with the that we'll have there at IT?
I mean, again, you can like try and open up the casing.
Okay, I'll do that. Get my Phillips head screwdriver out. My multi-tool.
It kind of like picks up speed a little bit.
I'll just keep it where it is, and as I'm working on it.
Okay. You know, he starts making little whirring noises and everything like that as you start taking off the.
So I would feel bad if this were a sentient robot of some kind. Thankfully, it's just a simple machine.
He's kind of like.
What was that, Timmy?
It just kind of continues making the humming noise.
Joe, could you hand me over the diagnostic tool that we could use to maybe see into the inner workings of this wonderful machine?
She kind of goes and like tries to find something that can be plugged into like its little chipboard. It's like, I'm not sure we really have anything that can directly interface with it.
Well, in that case, we can either Timmy, this is the crucible. I'm afraid you either talk to us, or or you're retired, my friend.
The Roomba stays silent,
So be it. And
Joe is just kind of looking at you with a very very worried look, actually. Like, you might want to take the rest of the day off. I'm pretty sure you might need a good night's rest. It's been getting a little exciting around here, I know, but
oh, don't worry. This is great fun for me. So now I just need to disassemble. So this here is the solid. He sort of takes apart the Roomba and gets at the memory banks. If there's like a little, I assume there's like a little hard drive in it. He said, we've got no means of just seeing what's on this.
well, I mean, like, there's not really a hard drive per se.
All right.
Or at least not anything that looks like a hard drive in the traditional sense. But you're not really sure what the inside of a Roomba is supposed to look like, so.
That's very. I will. You know what? I'll figure this out on my own time, and then I'll put him back together and take him home with me. I'm gonna put him in a trash can where he can't move, and we'll have to play the long game with Timmy here. I'm gonna get my man.
So it's come to this.
Well, you do the crime, you do the time. So I go back to my apartment, put the Roomba in a trash can that he can't get out of, turn him on, say, well, Timmy, I'll wait as long as I have to.
You know,
You know they think you're crazy now, right?
Oh, they don't know the half of it.
Just let me go, man. Timmy didn't do nothing.
I want to know everything that you know about Sean Anderton. You saw his files before you, I suppose. He must have deleted them. But I need to know what was there.
You ain't got nothing on me, Copper.
Okay, be that way. You just have fun in your little trash can there, and I'll check in from time to time, see if you haven't changed your mind.
Good luck.
I think you'll find I'm a very patient man.
so do you just leave Timmy on inside the trash can?
Yes.
Okay. He just kind of like starts humming random tunes in his like kind of little distorted robot voice.
Timmy, what's your least favorite thing to clean?
Just kind of continues like, you know, humming things like
Well,
maybe he thinks if he annoys you enough you'll let him go.
well, he's about to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Okay. He'll finish his novel, but he'll be waiting there. Anyway, let's. What else is going on? What's everybody else doing right now? While I'm doing very important police work.
Well, the question is, how long do you wait? Because eventually Timmy's battery starts running down.
Hey, Timmy, how you feeling? I didn't catch that. Could you say it a little louder?
Until eventually he stops.
I see. Well, I might have to go back to Mr. Sharp and see if he can. I have to try the nice way of doing things, unfortunately. I'll call up Mr. Sharp and say, your Roomba's been a very bad boy.
So Nelson, you're getting a call like at, you know, in the middle of the night.
Fucking hell, what is it? All right. All right. What? Nelson goes over to the terminal and does he know what the number is or if it says the person's name?
Yeah, it says the person's name.
Okay. Ransom. All right. Answer. Yeah.
Mr. Sharp, I have your erstwhile cleaning assistant here. Unfortunately, I do believe he is the perpetrator of a heinous crime. I'm going to need your assistance in getting him to open up to us.
Right now?
Well, you have anything better to do?
Sleep. There's a lot of stuff going on tomorrow, but I understand there's important things at the moment. So let me grab some shoes. You just in the office or?
Do I have a Roomba charging apparatus in my office? I'm asking.
Oh wait, no. Okay, that's what you're asking. Never mind.
No, like Roomba specifically, people don't really have. I mean, like there's other machines and stuff like that that people use for cleaning and stuff like that, but like Roombas, no.
I love how we're all boomering right now, except for Peter.
All right, your friend's gonna need a little bit of charge. He's run himself ragged.
All right.
So I'll meet you at your place.
Okay. I guess I'll just put my shoes on and grab the. Oh wait, am I?
He's
removing
coming.
it from the wall?
He's coming to your place. Yeah.
Okay.
So I arrive with my little robotic friend under my arm, and say, "Well, Mr. Sharp, I think whatever he took from Mr. Anderton and deleted, I think it was very important, and I think your Roomba remembers what that was. I think
Hmm.
I think it would be a good idea to have that information just in case this. I think this Anderton he clearly suspects that something is up.
Hmm. Alrighty. Well, let's see if we can do anything about that. Why don't you bring him over here and have him charge up?
I'll plug him in.
Let's put some shoes around him so he can't move away from it.
Good idea.
I don't know if you've ever charged a room from like 0 before, but it takes a couple hours.
Okay.
You play
No,
chess?
I thought what was going to happen is he was immediately going to be able to recharge like phones do, like with the the fast recharging thing. I mean, it is kind of futuristic, but I don't know. But and he would try to move away from anywhere in order to avoid being talked to. That's what I thought he was going to do. Um, but all right. He's charging.
Yeah,
And
no, it's gonna be a couple hours. I mean,
yep,
are you
Yeah,
just
I wanna
gonna?
sleep.
we could probably try this again later today or something. Is his battery essentially dead or what?
Yeah, basically, like he let it just kind of like drain to 0.
Hmm.
He's a
Okay.
very stubborn boy.
I'm sure he is. Um. All right. Well, thank you for dropping him by. I'll make sure to let you know whenever he's charged up and ready for another round of whatever it is you were doing.
Absolutely. I appreciate your help.
Hmm.
Commercial service thanks you.
No problem. Alrighty. I guess I'll go back to sleep then.
Is there anything else you want to try and do before we go to the next day there, Marshall Ransom?
I'll get a few winks of sleep.
Sure you don't want to like interrogate the soda machine next?
If I have to.
It's an appliance uprising.
Just imagine what are your coworkers like. Ransom, I understand you might have been on here for a while. I understand the atmospheric pressure could do some things to the cranium of individuals, and you may have been subdued under some mental strain in the past few days. Maybe we should take a break for a little bit. Trying to nudge that this man is not just talking to a fucking Roomba.
Okay.
All in a day's work.
Yep. All right. So the next day, Nelson, you've got to head down to the mines. Ransom, you have a message on your terminal.
Who from?
From Lucas.
Okay. What does it say?
It's telling that there's something apparently something up with the Marines, and that something happened. Something apparently happened on the expedition that the biologist went out on, and that they are the rest of the Marines are going out to potentially recover their lost comrades.
Oh shit. All right, I'll be right there. Is there am I meeting up with the Marines or what?
No, it's just It's not really saying he's not really saying to like go check it out or whatever. He's just saying that hey, the Marines are heading out of the colony. It's kind of more of a heads up.
Okay. I was trying to remember. I think originally I ran one of Ransom's. I had one of his sort of contacts or his sort of like relationships being with a Marine, but I think we established that they've been on site for not long enough. So I don't really know anybody in the
new
Mark.
group. Yeah, no, not really.
Okay.
You
All
had
right.
not availed yourself of any of the new squad.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just have to, put on my big boy pants and, if anything really nasty goes down, I know we were using the Marines as sort of a contingent peacekeeping service. I'll just have to put more work in if any more appliances start to act up.
All right, Nelson. You get down into the mines and about to start your work of overseeing the stuff, and you see your good and best buddy Sean Anderton down there as well.
Oh boy. This will be fun. All right. I'm just going to go about my business as if I am just simply working.
Well, I
Trying to
mean,
not make things weird.
technically you are just working, so.
Well, no, yes, but as if I don't see him while I'm working.
Okay.
What I mean.
Gotcha.
But yeah. What am I doing as Mr. Sharp?
So this is for both of you guys. So the geologists have gotten all of their equipment into place and are about to breach into the wall of, again, what they are just calling a ruin at this point.
Excuse me.
Sean, you are down there now as well, as you are the executive overseeing the operation for Wayland Yutani's making sure that their interests are held in confidence. And yeah, you see this Nelson Sharp guy that you had talked to before come down into the mine as well. Doesn't seem to notice you though.
And I will not pay any attention to him.
But yeah. Is there anything that you are anything that you are doing before it looks like that they are about to breach the walls? That's it.
I'll be taking cover.
Yes, Sean is going to do the same. He's going to probably stand behind someone in case there's another explosion. The person in front of him will take the brunt of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so oops, wrong button. Stuff here. So yeah, all the equipment set up. They turn it. Stuff turns on. Machines start to whir up and everything. And they eventually break through the material that makes up the wall. It is they shine some lights into it, and you guys can see a corridor of some sort.
Can we see how, like, what the corridor looks like, or is the dust still kind of cloudy and shit? We just do it the hallway.
Yeah, it's bunch of dust and everything kicked up, but you can see that it's definitely a hallway going from side to side from where you are. So you can kind of like make out a wall immediately on the other side.
Alrighty. What's what is Nelson's job like as far as this expedition goes? Like, he's an engineer, he's supposed to be fixing shit that breaks, but is there anything that they have him like specifically doing for this? I'm assuming he was debriefed, or is it just, hey, we're gonna fucking knock on the door and see what comes out?
You are mostly there to make sure that the equipment doesn't break down.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Nelson's just gonna hang back and watch for a bit and make sure that he's not around any type of machinery in order to make it have it explode spontaneously.
So yeah, there is a visible wall and corridor on the other side of the hole.
Mm.
What are the scientists doing at this point?
Yeah, where are they at?
I mean, they're kind of gathering around and whatnot, and talking to each other about like what could be in there, all that kind of stuff. They wish they could have mapped it out, and they wish they could map it out before going in, and sort of like both excited but scared. Talk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't we shine some light in there?
Yeah. Oh, they've already got like light shown in there right now, and it's currently showing what I have on there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any type of well, I guess we don't have any of the fancy schmancy sensors or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
It's gonna take hoofing it through the place to actually explore.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Colonial Marines here with us.
Not right now.
The scientists.
The Marines have well, let me rephrase. You have one Marine with you. The rest of them have gone to rescue their comrades.
What happened to them?
Something happened on the expedition that the biologists went out on. They had a distress call, but they couldn't really make out what had happened, and so they are going to their last known coordinates to try and find.
That's unfortunate. All right. Well, someone needs to step in here. We need to get moving.
So yeah.
I mean, don't look at me. I'm here to make sure shit doesn't break.
Well, they're gonna have to take equipment in there with them, so.
Yeah, but I will be following behind the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So at this party, we have, you said, 3 geologists?
I'd actually never specify the number. It's just that there are a few geologists.
Okay, a few.
Would they not be making their way at this point, or?
Yeah, I mean, like they're like they've got like backpacks on and stuff like that, and like they've got like some like sensor equipment and all this other kind of stuff.
Okay, so we have a few geologists. We have Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
We have a single Marine. We have Sean. And who else is in this party? That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a couple of miners around as well who have been actually manning the equipment as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming everybody has proper, like, attire to be wearing in this, so we have like a hard hat on or some kind of.
Yeah, like
Helmet.
all PPE has been donned.
Okay, and I'm assuming the helmet has some kind of a light, like a maybe not like a flashlight, but just like a light on top to.
Yeah,
illuminate
like
where
that.
we're
Like
looking.
there's it's one of those like clipped on
Yep.
lights to the harnesses and stuff like that.
Okay. All right, scientists, step in.
They start going in.
And Sean will stand behind the single marine.
So it looks like as they go in, the hallway itself is wide enough to hold maybe two people abreast comfortably with some space to spare.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't. So you're not all going to be able to stand in the same space in the hallway. You're going to have to spread out just a little bit. The hallway itself, though, goes to the left and to the right.
All right, where are the sciencey dudes with all the equipment going?
That's what they're trying to decide.
Okay.
They're shining their lights down the ways, but it looks like it goes quite a bit of ways both directions.
I mean, y'all want to flip a coin or what?
Let's go to the left.
Okay. I'll go ahead and put. All right, so you're heading down the left way. You come to a junction. Little hallway right here.
Mm-hmm.
Nelson's gonna turn on his high beam flashlight just to get a little bit more light in the area.
I'm just going to put my character down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh my
shit!
God,
Okay, that's how big everything is. All right.
If you really zoom in. Okay, here we go. I can only go. Oh, there we go. Good.
Fun.
Mm.
Good golly.
Huh.
So yeah, you got the hallway continues on, or it goes to the right.
Let's go down all the way to the end of the hall.
Okay. As you continue down, the hallway goes off again.
Mm-hmm. And are we what's the atmosphere like in here?
Pretty stale.
Mm-hmm. But it is breathable.
You can breathe in it, but it's been mostly outside air. It probably helps if you have like a rebreather on of some sort.
Okay. So Sean will put like a breathing apparatus across his face.
Does that with Nelson's compression suit, is that mainly for is that for this environment specifically or what?
I mean, a compression suit is for all adverse environments.
Okay. I'm assuming that he already has this donned.
Yeah, I assume that's what you put on.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so you come to this junction right here. Goes to the right again. It looks like it curves around. Possibly it leads to it connects to a little hallway area that the other one might have. So who knows what's over there? And then there's the end of the hallway right there as well.
Sean will go to the end of the hall. Tiptoeing, looking all about.
Okay. Look down the hallway there, and it looks to be a door of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to walk up to said door and just kind of observe how, like, what's the height of this hallway?
You could fit two people standing on their like if one person was like sitting on your shoulders or something like that, you would still have a little bit of headroom.
Okay. So probably 10 to 12 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the door the same size as the hallway?
A little bit shorter.
And does it have any type of visual handle or something to open it with, or is it just solid?
Looking at it, it's solid at a glance. There's not like a doorknob or anything like that.
Okay. We're going to ask one of the scientists just to take a look at the door.
I mean, they're already doing so. Like you're kind of you would be kind of coming up behind them.
Oh, I see. Okay. Can we breach the door?
Are you asking me or the scientists?
The scientists.
Okay. They're looking around, seeing if they can't find a basically like a contraption or whatever that might let the door open.
Nothing.
You can go ahead and either of you, if you want to look for yourself, do an observation check.
Okay.
I have an 8 in that.
Where fucking... Oh, there it is.
I don't know why I have stress.
Yeah, keep the stress. You're going into an unknown place. It would give you one.
Okay.
What is the what's the face hugger mean?
The face hugger is for a panic roll.
Oh. Okay. So I guess I'm panicking now.
Yeah, if they're on your character sheet on the like top middle, there should be a button that says panic.
Did I win?
Yes, you're under 6, you're just as long as you roll under 6, you're fine.
Okay.
So the way it works is you roll the panic, you take the number that's on the die, and then add how much stress you have, and then that's your total. And then you check it against the stress chart. But everything that's 6 and under means that you're just fine.
And so, do I raise my stress to 4?
No. No.
Yeah. So the what you see for that 4, actually, what Peter was just describing, it actually takes that into account already. So if you were to have that 4 basically meant that like if you were rolling on a table, you would have rolled a 3, and then because you have 1 stress, that made it a 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does it automatically happen? Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah. Roll20
yeah.
thing auto does that.
Okay. So yeah, your total is 4, which is under 6, so you're fine.
Okay, cool. Just a mild overthinking. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. You're just a little nervous.
Just a little anxiety, nothing but.
Mm-hmm.
So what did I get with
how
my
old-
2 successes?
So your 2 successes, so you're kind of just looking, you're kind of just like looking over their shoulders as they're trying to figure out what to do. It's a little cramped, and you're just kind of like, hey, what's that? And you just kind of like point to a little indentation into the wall that's kind of like been caked with dust and everything like that. Like just looking over it, you probably wouldn't have seen it, but actually like looking at it, you kind of like see like a little indentation on it.
Yeah.
One of the scientists puts his hand over and starts kind of wiping dust away, and looks like a button of some sort, and kind of presses it, and the door opens.
Huh. Interesting.
So yeah, it is. Looks like it's leading into a room of sorts.
Hmm.
Kind of
Well, let's
see
go in.
that far into it from the door, from where you're at.
All right.
Oh wow. What do we see in the room?
So the room itself is kind of like covered around with what look like various I guess what you could call like tables and stuff like that. They're all kind of like built into the ground and everything like that, but it looks like, you know, table height fixtures and everything like that. Just kind of laid out all over the place.
So it sounds like it's a mess.
Oh, what?
A mess. Messy.
Oh,
Like a mess hall or a
Yeah.
cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it could be.
Hmm. Nelson's gonna look at that door thing for a little bit.
Okay.
And Sean's going to approach the store.
Okay.
And does he find a similar button, I guess, around that door?
You
Like
do.
the first door had? Okay. He'll reach in and kind of pull the dust out in the webbing, and press his hand against it.
Okay. And it opens up.
All right.
You see another with your immediate flashlight, you see it leads into another hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see too far. It's not too much of a high beam. But it does look like it goes down quite a ways.
Okay. Go down.
Okay. Are you just gonna keep going down until you can't anymore?
Yeah, unless there's something that looks of interest to stop
Okay.
and observe, but if it's just going to be the same kind of corridor design, yeah.
That's a long ass hallway.
Yep, you get to the hallway and it leads to another door.
Hmm.
Hmm. All right.
And press the button if it's present.
Yep. I mean, are you just kind of like going on ahead, like ahead of like everybody else? Or
At
are you
this point, yes. Yeah, Sean is. as long as that Marine is with him.
Okay, yeah, no, if you take well, okay. You're gonna have to convince them you're gonna have to convince the Marine to, like, you know, basically prioritize you above the rest of everybody else.
Okay. And would that be done through
That would definitely be a manipulation.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, if you click on your icon thing, a little like blue thing pops up, and I don't know what the deal is with the menu, but you can rotate it by clicking on the little cube deal.
Good to
And
know.
I think those
Yeah.
those circles, like those bubbles that you're seeing, is that what you're speaking of?
Yeah, I know it's like a
Yeah.
health, mana, energy, or whatever the fuck that you
Yeah,
want to
they
use
have-
them for. But
They have some kind of value. Yeah.
you can type in them.
Well, Sean rolled 2 successes.
All right, let's see. Okay. He had a total of 4 dice, and he also met the 2 successes. Do you want to push this roll? And kind of throw your weight around, as it were?
I will.
Or use a
And
story
I'm-
point.
And I'm going to use take control, which will allow me to use wits, which will give me 1 additional die to roll.
Okay. Make sure you add a stress.
Oh wait, I'm not with the scientists, am I?
If you're following Sean, then no.
Oh, okay. I would like to return to the other scientists because they probably have equipment that I still need to watch over. I thought we were all going with
No, that's why I asked. It's like, are you just going ahead, or are you like trying to go with the scientists?
I'm assuming that they're going to be.
Yeah,
chilling in
they're chilling in that room right now. Yeah.
Then that is where Nelson will reside.
Okay.
Well, I didn't have any additional successes.
Well, so you keep the 2 successes,
Right.
right?
I didn't have any additional.
Yeah. Also, because you're pushing the roll, you have to add a stress die to it.
I don't know why that didn't carry, but I will.
Yeah, go ahead and add that, and then try rolling again.
Okay, well, same result. Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't beat you still don't beat the 2 that they got as well. So, unfortunately, unless you have, I don't think you have anything else as far as talents go that'll help you out here, right?
No, I have nerves of. Well, Sean has nerves of steel.
Yeah.
Which does not do anything with this right now. So.
Do you still have your story point?
I do, but I don't think we can retroactively.
Yeah, you have to say you want to use it before you know the result.
Yeah. Well, Sean will not go any further, and he will double back.
Okay.
To the scientists are. Boom.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are all just chilling in this room right now. The scientists are looking around at all the stuff and just kind of trying to like date all the rocks and everything like that are in here, and trying to see how, you know, old these slabs of stone are, because, you know, they're geologists. They like looking at rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
to YouTube, there's not really much that's interesting in this room just yet. But I mean, these guys are going like, oh my god, these rocks are, you know, obviously thousands of years old and everything like that. This thing has been here for forever. Blah 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 blah. A lot of science jargon that you don't necessarily understand.
Right. I mean, clearly it was built by someone or something before humans showed up on it. But I guess something Nelson could ask one of the geologists, what kind of equipment are they using as far as like sensors go in order to date rocks and whatever the fuck else they're using.
I mean, honestly, right now it's kind of whatever they have.
Mm.
It's whatever they have going on at the time of the technological level. I mean, like, it's not like the same stuff we have. It would definitely be a more like futuristic one, but they're able to, like, you know, get basic information about them and about the area and whatnot.
Assuming it's basically a carbon-based dating laser thing.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, this is made out of this. It's been here for who fucking knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, there's not a whole lot to do.
I mean, after about 10, 15 minutes, you know, they're like, all right, let's go. And, you know, they go ahead and start heading down the path that you were going to be going.
Mhm.
Oh, down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Alrighty. There's a button on both sides of the door, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't want to have Nelson push a button and it can't open, or the door can't open again.
Right.
What does this button do?
No, Diggy, no!
That's pretty cool. Let's do it again. Why isn't it open?
So yeah, so far there hasn't really been anything dangerous. So, you know, they go up through, they look for the button on the next door and go into the next room.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more the same. This one, it does have a couple of pictographs on the walls.
Pictographs.
Pictographs, Jinx.
Oh.
Yeah, or so,
Sounds
what's the word I'm looking for?
Hieroglyphics.
Not hieroglyphics, but petroglyphs. Petroglyphs.
Aurora Borealis.
Mm-hmm. Sean will start taking pictures with his tablet or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not quite sure like what they're actually really trying to say, but you know, you see kind of like a figure of some sort over a dome-shaped object. You see another figure on the other side holding a oval-shaped object, and then like behind them is a larger figure, kind of seeming to like oversee them, I guess, is probably maybe what you could think of what it's doing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting, isn't it?
Nelson would like to push the button on this center door here.
Okay, door opens.
Door number 2.
And as the door opens up, you look through, and the floor is collapsed out under it.
Uh-huh. You might want to watch your step. It looks like it's not too stable. And we are not on the bottom floor.
What about the door in the corner?
Let's try it. Nelson's going to hit the button for this door on this corner.
Okay, you open it, and it leads up to a short hallway.
Okay. Nelson will close that door.
It's like, huh, interesting. Okay.
Sean will open this door.
Okay. Leads out to another short hallway.
This is where we all sit in a room and start talking like Minecraft villagers.
Sean's going to stamp his fingers over at the Marine to come over and press this button.
To go and press that button.
I'll come in with you. Just you press the button.
He just kind of looks at you a little warily. It's like, why don't we just kind of keep waiting until everybody's ready to move on?
Not everyone can fit in these hallways.
Is that tone?
Like, yes, I understand that.
Press the button, please.
It's like, look, Mr. Suit. Mr. Anderton. I understand that you're here looking after Wayland Yutani's interests and everything like that, but I'm here to protect everybody and not just do what you say.
Well, that is all the more reason why you should be pushing these buttons before me, so you can protect me. Or I'll just wait out here.
And he just kind of sits by the doorway, kind of over here, watching the rest of the scientists and a couple of the miners that came in with you as well, because who knows when they're going to need to knock down a wall or something.
Sean's going to look over to Nelson and just kind of arch an eyebrow over at him. And then Sean will kind of nudge his head in the direction of the door in this small little hallway.
Nelson will see here, turn in this direction. Let's see here. Oh, how the fuck, son of a bitch. Okay, the cursor has gone beyond the thing.
Nelson is
up?
currently having a stroke. Is essentially what's happening. Yeah. he's doing the hokey pokey.
All right. But yeah. Yeah. What?
I'll make you lunch again if you open up that door.
Nice try. I think you got a couple of feet and hands on your own body. You can open it yourself, my friend.
Oh, I could.
I don't know how brazen is Mr. Anderton here going to be.
It's killing him not to know what's behind that door.
Yeah, if only you had somebody with you who was looking for danger.
I know.
If only.
If only. Instead, he's trying to woo his ex. But
Man,
very
that was
cringy.
last night.
That was cringy.
That was
Um,
mild cringe. You have lost one subscriber.
yeah. Elite. All right, so Sean's going to walk up and press the button himself.
Okay. So you see out in a little bit into the another room right there. Kind of how far your flashlight.
Does it look to be roughly the same type of size and depth of the room we just left?
Maybe slightly larger,
Okay.
but almost the same size. Yeah.
He's going to step inside the room beyond the threshold of the door.
Okay. Nelson, you kind of see this happening. The scientists aren't really paying attention. The Marine kind of looking at you and looks at down the hallway to where Sean went and just kind of like shakes his head. It's like, well, if he screams or something, I'll know something's wrong.
Yeah. I'm just watching the door and making sure that there's a area of space that I can do in order to press a button where it's needed or when it's needed.
So that's about as far into the room as you can see, like just by yourself and with your light.
Sure. And the miners, where are they?
They're all in the previous room. Like everybody is kind of like, staying together right now.
Okay.
You're
Sean's
the
going to step back out to here and kind of snap his fingers in motion for these miners to follow him in here.
Well, I'm gonna wait on the equipment to make its way into the other room. I guess another miner would be possibly brazen enough to join Sean, but
one of the miners follows you and goes, what? We should really probably stick together instead of going off ahead.
These geologists are going to look at these rocks for the next 3 days. We need to keep moving.
Well, I guess maybe, but like, do you really think that's a good idea to go ahead of everybody? I mean, what if
We're not going ahead of everyone. We're leading the way.
Okay. He's still kind of hesitant. Go ahead and give me a manipulation check.
See, panic. Oh,
oh shit.
a 6 isn't terrible.
Yeah, you're still good on a 6.
When
you get the 7 or higher is when stuff starts to happen. But your 2 beat his 1, so you're good.
Oh, good.
It's like
right. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So with 2 of you in there, you're able to see. You're able to see quite a bit more. You're able to see quite a bit more in there.
Looks like the light flickered for a second.
Damn batteries.
Mm-hmm.
The same. Do we see rocks in here? Or what do we see?
You kind of start to see what looks like possibly what was like storage containers of some sort. Again, still made out of the stone.
How are they shaped?
Like kind of rectangular stone boxes. Like you can tell, you could definitely tell they're a container of some sort because like they have like slabs kind of like partially off of them and everything like that.
Mhm. Okay. And what are their dimensions?
You could lay in it comfortably if you wanted to.
Hmm.
So they're pretty much coffin sized.
Yeah, they would
Awesome.
they would be coffin sized if that's the comparison you want to make to it. They're set up in fairly neat rows. There's about like 12 of them going down like each side of the room.
Interesting.
He's going to take pictures of this stuff. And then he's going to whistle and call in these geologists. Say, look what we found. Look at this stuff. This is amazing. Hoping that gets these fools out of this room and into this room here. These rocks are so much more interesting. Look.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny rock, shiny rock.
Right.
Mine.
Mine.
You have to tap into their crow brains.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny thing.
There's another door here. Yes.
There's a couple of doors.
Oh, there we go. I'm going to open both. 1, 2.
Okay. You open you open this one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Short hallway. Looks like the one that Nelson opened up before.
Is that door still open?
No, he closed it.
Yeah, no, I closed it.
And this door?
It's a very small hallway.
Very short corridor.
And I'll open that.
Okay. Sorry, trying to manipulate things.
Oh, yeah, take your time.
Okay. You open up into another room.
Nelson's gonna
Yes.
kind of like side eye the oddly coffin shaped boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of watch the scientists do the thing.
Yep. Are you looking around at all, or are you just kind of like watching what people are doing?
Is there anything inside some of the open coffins that we can relatively see, or is it just empty?
Nope, they're all kind of empty. If there was something in there, it's probably covered in like dust and petrification.
Mm-hmm. Can I at least get one of the scientists to look at one of the petrified objects that might be covered with dust?
Okay. I mean, you can't really move anything off it. I mean, you can move some of the dust, but you can't really make out what anything is.
Just a blob of sorts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And I mean, like, there's a couple more, like, little petroglyphs on the walls and everything like that, and it like has, figures taking objects out of said, like, little containers. It looks like.
Hmm.
Or maybe they're putting them in. You're not sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell because it's not, animated or anything.
Remember remember hearing about pyramids and shit back in the day, but this is something else. Let's see here.
We need an archaeologist, not a geologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, back here. Nelson,
There's a cat somewhere in that too. Yeah. Is what?
well, why don't you go check in here?
Why didn't you go check in there? Scaredy
I
cat.
checked this. I checked this space. You check this space.
I feel like there is a bit of lack of understanding here. I'm not gonna go into that room until we actually have the other scientists go into that room. So, and unless, of course, if the scientists have something that they can see in there, then
Wait,
perhaps.
what do you make out in here? Do you see that?
Are you trying to change the subject by distracting me by what's in the room?
No, not at all. I'm just saying there looks like there's something new in here.
Oh.
There's something new in here, scientists. Look over here.
So
What is that?
you're really trying to get these guys to kind of move along, right, and stop staring at every single little.
Yeah, because we're not
thing.
going to get anywhere with these clowns.
Right. So so in order to try and get them to keep moving, what do you say to them?
Maybe no. Fucking Sean. Maybe you should say you're gonna buy everybody dinner if you make them go to the next room.
Well, even better, I will make them dinner.
Yes, of course.
And Nelson can attest to how great a cook I am, can't you?
Oh yes, I can.
Back when you came up to my suite alone. But we won't get into that now. So
No, of course.
let's go ahead and move in.
The geologists are really interested in these rocks.
I can assure you there will be additional rocks in this room. So I'm going to use command. Is that how the command skill works?
Do you have command?
I do. Well, as a skill, not as a talent.
Oh, so command, where is it? Yeah, so command kind of works the same way as manipulation, basically. Except that instead of like trying to convince them, you're ordering them. If you're trying to get them to do what you want.
Isn't that only with if you have the pull rank talent? I mean, you're the GM, obviously. I'm not gonna.
No, I know. Let me pull up the.
My recollection was that the skill command lets you stop someone from panicking, and basically like give them a bonus to like inspire them essentially to do X, Y, and Z.
Oh, it's in combat.
I mean, you could theoretically use it outside of combat too, I suppose. But yeah, the use of like command to like order someone to do something is I think the pull rank talent, and they have to be within like your same group.
You can use command skill in 2 ways. So stop panic. When another makes panic roll, lose control, you can make a command roll to try to return them to their senses. Give orders. In combat, as a slow action, you can bark orders to another character. They must be able to hear you via comm radio. Officers of a PC with an officer career and the pull rank talent can use command to order other characters. So, in this case, command wouldn't really work. You would still be using, in order to get them to do what you want, still be using manipulation. Now, you can use manipulation in a way that is trying to order somebody to do what you want. But it's not the same as command.
Okay. Well, I'll use manipulation then.
Okay. What are you? Well, because what are you doing in this? Like, what are you saying to them? Because this will give bonuses or penalties.
So Sean is going to say, listen, I know all of this is very fascinating, but it's been here for thousands of years and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So I suggest we try to survey as much of this as possible and then take it back so we can bring down additional personnel and equipment. But the longer we stay looking at each individual room, the longer this whole process will take.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a total of +2 on that.
Not bad.
+1 for making sense, and +2 being that you are essentially represent their boss. In a sense. So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll the manipulation with a +2.
Okay. I have +2 success.
There you go. Okay. 2 successes. Okay. And with them, let's see. The highest one would be this. Okay. You have convinced them. They will stop looking at all of the shiny rocks in every single room and just kind of do what you're doing and taking pictures to look at later.
Mm-hmm. And I will promise to make them food.
Okay. All right, so they all come into this next room here.
Ooh.
Slightly larger one.
Yes. And what's in this space?
Looks like a place for more storage containers. Kind of outlining it. There's kind of a circular something in the floor. Looks like something might may be meant to go in there, or maybe flows in there as it kind of branches out in various directions.
It's a design in the floor?
Yeah, it's like basically like a circle. It's like a circular design, and that is indented into the floor.
Okay.
And then going out, there's like 4 things going out from the outside of it that are also indented. That kind of like goes into and under the walls here.
Snap a few pictures, or try to. The best angles.
Is there any pictoglyphs that we can look at on the walls here?
A lot of the same ones from that first room that you saw. Kind of person with in front of a domed thing. Another person, another figure holding a little ovalish shape, and then another large figure. Again, kind of just like overseeing them.
These figures, can you describe the shapes? Like, does it look like a person, or does it look
I
like
mean,
an animal?
they're humanoid. Like most of them are depicted as walking upright and everything. Not really ornate. Like, you can't make out a lot of detail. It could have possibly been ornate at one point, but it's probably worn down. So you can't really make out a whole lot of detail, but you can still make out the figures.
Interesting. Oh, wait, does Nelson know about the whole fucking what was it? It was like some kind of drug trafficking scandal or some bullshit, thievery that was going on earlier.
As far as I know, you are not made privy to that information.
Okay. If he did, I was gonna have him say something where it's like, well, I don't think this has anything to do with you know, the recent trafficking bullshit that was going on. But
Yeah, the only stealing you do are my personal files, but I digress.
Weird accusation you have there, but okay.
All right, where we go? Which way to go next?
We'll go to this door. Oh, another short door. I don't like these. I don't like them. I don't like them.
What's wrong with short doors? It just means that you don't have to walk such a long hallway.
Well, then you should take it.
Oh no, you're much closer.
No, but I'm much. You need the exercise, Nelson.
Okay.
I'm going to open this door next.
Yeah, are you leaving this other one open?
Says to a working person.
I'm going to leave this one closed. This one open, says of me.
Nelson's gonna look at the patterns going on along the floor, or the design.
Now we're talking.
I'm so glad that Sean and Nelson have a GLaDOS child relationship going on.
Oh, a long corridor.
I guess.
Do you want to explore said corridor, or?
Sean's gonna snap his fingers over at the Marine to come over with him.
I'll close that door.
Okay. They're all right. All right, Sean. They're all looking down your hallway.
Okay.
Phrasing.
What about that door? You gonna open that one?
Yeah. Let's see what's in there.
Oh,
And,
better you than me. I'm going down here.
Nelson will close that door.
All right.
Is there anything down there? Okay. Oh, my bad. I keep on forgetting that you have to activate these things individually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nelson, don't lollygag. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the last couple people go in before you head in.
Jesus.
Guess what's behind it?
Getting close to the end of the map.
Are we? Shit.
Open it.
Yep. You open it up. Initial look in there.
Oh. Step in.
Yep, everybody starts coming in. Reveal more with lights.
Austin's gonna look through the door frame.
Is this room pretty much the same as the others?
Yeah, it's similar to one of the other ones. This one actually looks like it might be a possibly a meeting room of some sort. At least, you can see what look like, possible seating areas and whatnot around the place.
Are the seats themselves human size?
They're a little bit big, a little bit bigger than human size, but not by much.
Okay.
Hmm. I'm going to assume that the graphics on the walls are relatively similar. Again.
Yep. A lot of them are just kind of repeating. There's a little bit of a different one in this where you kind of like see what looks like a group of figures sitting around each other.
Snap some pictures of that, and I'll press this door open.
Yep. You can no longer see the door.
My God. Ugh.
No.
I feel like every time that Sean experiences one of those short corridors, it's like he has to make a panic roll.
You need to shut up, Steve.
I don't know. It does sound like Sean's getting a little more stressed every time he sees a short door.
You have problems with short corridors over there, Sean?
He's a size queen. He likes the big corridors.
Can Nelson open up this corridor here?
Yeah.
This door. Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Well, here's a longer corridor. Yeah, okay. Just fucking shove me out of the way.
Ooh, let me see.
Be my guest.
Nope. Well, okay. Open it.
You can open that one.
Mm-hmm. And assuming this will open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I'll come back in here and kind of wait for the scientists to come this way.
Okay. So both these pathways are open. They start to kind of like come down this way. Nelson, more lights. Kind of see. You can kind of see the end of this hallway right there.
Are those stairs?
Those might be stairs.
What about the rest of the space?
So as they start to kind of pile in here, they go in there. Kind of a similar stuff on the floor of kind of like indentations on the floor. The pictographs in this room have a slightly different, and this kind of shows the one figure in front of a dome-shaped object and the larger figure behind it.
Okay. Let's see here.
What about this door?
Actually, I'm gonna. Oh, hold on.
You wanna stay in the hallway there?
My light. Where'd it go? Hold on. Okay, come on. Yeah, I'm trying to. There we go. I'm just gonna kind of see what's down here real quick, or
Okay.
at least look in that general direction. Does it actually appear to be stairs that I'm looking at?
It is stairs. The stairs go down.
Yes. These stairs appear to be made of stairs. All right.
Sean, you open the door down there. It's another short corridor.
I just need to get over the sphere. Yes, open it.
And before that's your last mistake.
You open the door and then you fall into the abyss.
Oh,
Novus.
I don't know if y'all are curious, but there's some stairs on the end of this hallway over here, and it leads
Stairs.
down. Unless we want to continue looking at stuff on this floor, just in case if y'all were curious.
I mean,
guess Nelson-
stairs could lead to interesting things, like
they could
Doom.
lead to- Yeah, like a Doom. Let's see what's inside this door or behind it. I mean,
What's behind door number 3? Here's another door. Yeah. Couple people are following you in there, Sean. So you got a little bit more space.
Mhm.
I'm gonna sing the Doom song now. Yeah.
What about this door here?
Nelson's gonna close that door.
Hmm.
What's the rest of this room look like?
So they're all going ahead and coming in there now, as everybody seems to be going that way.
I guess this is a very similar room with similar walls and floors and
Mm-hmm.
oddly egg things shaped on the walls.
Yeah, this room has more of those containers lining the areas.
Okay. Do any of these containers look different from one another, or
Nope, they're all about the same size.
same size, same shape, same design? Go.
Mm-hmm.
They just have crab-like looking things crawling out.
Ah, yeah.
Or maybe they look like urns.
Ooh. Drink the black liquid. Drink it.
Okay.
I'll make you dinner if you drink it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. In there, you see, looks like a dead end room. It looks like.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what's in this room? Anything?
A lot more of the containers. None of them are opened or anything like that. You do see more of the patterning on the ground as well, but all the containers seem to be, closed up and everything like that.
Take some pictures of that.
More petroglyphs on the wall. More people are looks like more people are taking orb-like things, putting them either into the boxes or taking them out. You're not quite sure. No, you see another one. It looks like it's pouring something onto the ground.
Hmm.
Oh, that's comforting. Pour
Yep.
one out for the boys.
I'm gonna head back into this room here.
Okay.
Crash the wall.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Oh yeah.
In this door?
The fuck?
Okay. Boop. Oops. Wrong one. I must reveal.
Nelson, it's your turn.
Oh no, I don't struggle with these. You seem like you're doing some
Well, then if
character
you don't struggle,
development
just-
here.
You just open it, Nelson. Just open it.
Your curiosity is leagues farther than mine.
Hmm.
He's just here to make sure the equipment doesn't break.
Yeah.
All right, scientists,
You got
open
this,
that.
I believe
Open
in
that
you.
for me.
One of the scientists kind of just gives you a side eye and just shakes their head and opens the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. People start to pile on in there, lighting up the area.
Hmm.
What else? What's in this space?
How's our oxygen doing at the moment? Like we've been here for a bit.
Yeah, you have actually. Go ahead and make an equipment roll here. It's going to be a D6.
What should we have put in our consumables?
Air right now.
Right, but like 5 or 3.
I mean, they would have been full.
Okay, so that's 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
Consumables for 5, yeah.
yeah, and then you just press the air. For the, Why is that not?
Is that good?
Yes. You do not want to roll. You don't want to be rolling 1. Or in this case, the little face hugger thing.
Ah,
Sean has been talking too much, using too much air.
I mean, you've been really trying to push this stuff along. So you've been
Makes sense.
Gasping at every short corridor.
I know. Oh. Sean's been clutching his pearls. Okay.
Yeah. So more doorways.
Okay,
Is
this
it-
door.
Is Nelson just hanging out in the previous room?
oh no, yeah, he's gonna come over here.
Okay.
And he's gonna open up this one.
So Sean, get this one. Oh, looks like my little map thing didn't get all the way on there.
Seems that there's a dead end.
Actually, does a T section over there.
I think it's just the map ran out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, puppy. What's going on?
So yeah, Sean, you got a corridor there with T section, and Nelson, you got a little L-shaped hallway right there, or at least it looks like it goes around the corner right there.
Doesn't seem like it's gonna peek around this corner. Ah. Nelson will go back over here and shut the door.
Sean will go down to this door.
So, Sean, real quick, I know how you feel about short corridors, but how do you feel about stairs?
Are they going up or are they going down?
They're going down.
They're definitely going down.
You want me to go down with you, Nelson?
No, I was just curious if you were interested. You seem like quite the exploring person.
Excuse me?
Sorry, oxygen is getting weird.
Deprivation.
Yes. I'm gonna open this door.
Oh. All right. Open it. Marine, come over here.
It's like you're not even just really looking at it. It's like, all right, room, go.
Yeah, come in here.
Getting a little fast there. Let's see here.
Oh, now you want to come over here. I see how it is.
Well, of course. Because the scientists are definitely following you, so I need to follow the scientists.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to record things as they're going. Yeah, there's a door at the upper right and lower right.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
I
go
see
to the
that.
lower.
Okay.
I'm going to assume the upper is part of that T section that we saw earlier.
I mean, you can assume things.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Sean, you open the lower one.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So it looks
They want us
like
to go off the edge of the earth or whatever the fucking thing. This
I'm
is.
guessing this is the first hall, the first corridor we ran into.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, what the? Okay, moving
Oh.
further.
Is that what I think it is?
What, McDonald's? Stairs. Are these going up or down?
they're going down.
Find
Sean-
something.
Sean's going to go down.
Okay.
What?
That's a phrase he likes to say all the time.
He likes to get down to business.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
To defeat the Huns.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So I forgot to I forgot to upload the map for this one, but so as you walk down the stairs, it leads to this fairly cavernous opening. And you can't really see too much. You can maybe see like maybe 10, 20 meters with your flashlights. You can kind of faintly see where other staircases are coming down into this rather large cavernous room.
Mm-hmm.
And in the center of it, you see this fairly fairly large um, like spherical shape that looks like it's coming out of the ground.
Hmm.
It's either half buried or it's just a hemisphere that's laid on the ground. But it is rather smooth.
Does it look like a rock? Geologists.
Do you guys approach it?
I'm not.
I'll continue to look at it so the light from my headpiece is shining on it.
It does seem to catch your light and kind of glint, so it seems like it might be kind of shiny or glossed, maybe.
Sean's going to kind of motion with his right hand over to this spherical thing, and then look back at the scientist, the geologist. This is why we brought you here.
I mean, so they start cautiously approaching it. And as they like get there, you can see that it is pretty it's not like massive, but it is fairly large, right? Like a person could walk to the other side and you could lose sight of them.
Yeah.
What is the material? What is the mineral? What makes this rock? What does it look like?
So as they get closer and you're kind of able to see in their light, it is extremely smooth, almost glass-like.
Nelson's just kind of keeping to
And
himself, like at the stairs.
and it is also pitch black.
So it's a pitch black orb that is generally the size of half of a basketball court.
Yeah, about said size.
Interesting. 35 feet tall. If it's a spherical shape that is halfway into the ground.
Well, let's take a few pictures and then head back to the surface.
Okay. I mean, the scientists say they want to kind of like study it a bit more, but are you going to insist?
I will not insist. No.
Okay. Do you look around in the area anymore, or are you just kind of like sitting back and letting them do their thing?
Sean will kind of go around the sphere and just kind of looking, observing at the other staircases that are coming down. I'm assuming that you said there are multiple?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's just going to take a look kind of at those one by one just to see what they're about.
Okay. While you're looking around, go ahead and give me an observation check.
Sure.
Should Nelson also do one?
Are you looking around at stuff, or are you just kind of hanging out?
I am keeping to myself, but I am keeping an eye out
Okay.
because it's like we're in a weird fucking place. I would be a little anxious and looking around.
Mm-hmm. Well, for you, no, because you're just kind of like keeping an eye out on things. But Sean is actively kind of like searching around and looking at stuff. So,
Understandable.
but Sean, you see these the the grooves in the ground that you saw in some of the upper rooms.
Yes.
You see them also kind of carved into the floor here, going down the walls and leading to this orb-like thing.
Hmm.
That is in the center of the room.
Mm-hmm. Do you see that, Nelson?
I'm going to assume so. Yes.
Pointing to the floor. That those grooves are coming into the space.
Why they do appear to be grooves in the floor. Yes.
Don't they look similar to what we saw previously?
Mm-hmm. I would assume that this was done by the same architect.
Probably. Probably.
What do you make of it?
I don't know. I think we need to bring an archaeologist down here.
Ugh, there we go. Okay. Well, yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, it'll take a couple of months to get anybody new out here.
Oh, we don't have an archaeologist on staff?
No, because like I said, the initial survey of the planet did not show any like ruins or civilizations that would have warranted sending any out.
Oh, so these are the only scientists we have, are these geologists?
Geologists and xenobiologists.
Xenobiologist. That seems awfully specific.
Well, xenobiology just means like a biologist that looks at strange shit.
Well,
nothing here is living.
We are on a planet that has a bunch of alien life, like fauna, or flora, rather.
Oh, good point. Yeah, good point.
I guess we could ask them if they've seen anything similar before.
Yeah, geologists.
Do you guys inspect the actual like structure in the center of the area yourselves, or you just let the scientists go at it?
I am just letting the scientists do their thing.
I think once Sean has kind of observed the staircases and that design on the floor, it will eventually he'll follow it, which will draw him to the orb with the scientists.
Okay. So, as you get closer to the thing, whatever it happens to be,
Mm-hmm.
and you shine your light into it, you can kind of see that, like, under the surface of it, it looks like it's possibly liquid inside of it. That is just kind of constantly churning. Like it is the blackness of the object itself is from whatever is inside of it.
Got it. What do you think is inside of this? And Sean will turn to the scientists.
He looks at you as all like, I haven't got the slightest clue. I'm a geologist. This thing ain't a rock.
What do you mean it's not a rock?
Well, I mean, it could be a mineral of some sort, maybe a quartz-like material, but unless we really like take a sample of it, we're not gonna really know. And honestly, I'm a little afraid to try to chip away something of this thing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, you guys gain a stress for coming in contact with this strange alien thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stress to 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Sean will end up going to 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be at 3.
All them short corridors.
Yeah. Stressing him out. Ooh.
Alrighty. Well, what do you want to do then? Just take what we got and pack up and come back another day, or what?
I want to report these findings, and possibly I can find, or the scientists can find, any kind of cross-referencing to other locations, or maybe other historical related articles. Because that's the best we're going to have if this is the only group we have here.
Alrighty.
Pull up the Wikipedia of 2,200. No, we don't want any of that in there. We're close to that.
Yeah. No, there's no small leathery, orb shapes on the ground or anything like that.
That's when
Big
I would roll
glass
manipulation
orb.
to have Nelson open it.
I mean, I got a what's it called? Where's my other menu here? There we go. I got one of them fancy smanchy maintenance jacks and a cutting torch if we need to take a sample for the science boys. But
Yeah, currently the science boys are like, yeah, no, let's just kind of leave it alone for right now. We're not sure if any like they're basically yeah.
Be inside there, and I'm sure that there would be.
Yeah, they're not sure what might be released inside of it should they accidentally breach the surface of it.
All right. Well, I guess that's that.
And we'll go ahead and end there for now.
Okay. I don't want to, take control of things, but I was going to be like, all right, well, I guess we'll pack up and head on out of this fucking creepy looking tomb.
Yeah. The hell out of here.
So, yeah. You found a thing.
Found a thing.
Discovered that Sean's one fear is small corridors.
Small corridors with multiple doors. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
What? I was just thinking, it's like, what if he came across a door, opened it, there's another door. All right, open it, there's another door.
No!
It's a little bit-
So many doors!
There's a lot of fucking doors, and it's a bunch of small corridors. Oh shit.
And I'm stuck on Elm Street.
Alright, so between this session and next session, there's going to be a little bit of a time skip of a couple days, in which you guys will get paid your weekly stipend, so I'll go ahead and give you the earned money experience on this one.
Sure.
Nice.
But yeah, so XP stuff for this one. So everybody gets one for participating in said session. Anybody risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda?
I tortured a robot.
I mean, unless if you count Timmy.
I don't know if Timmy's been completely sacrificed just yet.
Oh yes, yeah, right. He isn't.
I've also, sacrificed public, my public perception of my sanity.
Yeah, let's see. So yeah, Ransom, I'll give you one for that. Anderton, I'll kind of give you one because you kind of, I mean, it's par for the course for a company agent to kind of backstab another person to get ahead, but I'll go ahead and give you that one.
Isn't there also? Oh wait, no, yeah. What happened to that one person that was apparently going through the same thing that Sean was going for? Unless I'm thinking of something else.
Travis Morgan.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't get to come down to the basement. So.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wait, so did he die or something? I don't. Did I
No.
talk you?
No, he's
Sean-
just
Sean just outmaneuvered him.
yeah.
Ah,
Getting it.
got it.
Let's see. No life risking on this one.
Are you kidding? All those doors.
Challenging or stand up to your rival PC. Didn't really see too much of that. Really, it was just kind of Nelson and Sean taking jabs at each other. If you're making a panic roll, I believe both Sean and Nelson made a panic roll this one.
Yep. Is that an experience point or?
Yeah, you get an experience point for that.
Gotcha.
No dangerous events on this one. Significant discovery, Sean and Nelson got that one.
Okay.
Ransom, I'll give you that one too for your insistent interrogating of Timmy here. You discovered a potential the potential crook to the crime that you're investigating. Extraordinary actions, not really, and everybody's gonna get the earned money one because you guys are gonna have gone to your payday by the start of next session. So
Cool.
Good deal. Yeah. So this. So I'm curious about the ruins map. Was that procedurally generated?
no, well, I mean, like I used a an app for it and whatnot, and then kind of like went over it in Dungeon Painter to make it more toward what I want. So like I took a couple of rooms out and changed a couple of the hallways and stuff like that. But initially, yeah, it was procedurally generated.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting. Going back to when I was first, DMing games like 15, 20 years ago. Like one thing I always ran into was just when you have a lot of when you have a dungeon with a lot of like corridors and stuff, like people really like notice like I don't know like the best way to like design a dungeon. I don't do a lot of dungeon crawlers because it just feels like especially if people are sort of sketched out or cautious about moving forward, it can take a little while to like
Yeah.
do the next thing. I don't know what the answer is to that, but it was interesting. It was fun first reveal of whatever is going to be whatever we're going to be dealing with over the next months.
Mhm.
What are you talking about? I'm not gonna be dealing with anything,
The end of it, yeah, right.
like this is just a normal, like everyday happenstance on an alien
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine. Fine.
It's fine.
Well, I'm going to use some of my experience points to increase my manipulation from 3 to 4.
Okay. Oh yeah, and everybody gains their story point if they don't already have one.
Hmm. Let's see here. How do I use my experience points again? Does that go into the attributes?
You can. It's 5 points to basically do whatever it is you want to do, right? If you have a rank and a skill already, it's 5 points to bring it to the next one. If you don't have any points in the skill, you have to take the time to try and learn said skill. You can buy more talents. But again, like, getting more talents requires you to learn said talent from somebody who knows it. And then there's a roll that you have to make to see if you actually learn it as well.
Speaking of that, you said there'd be a time skip of what, a day or two?
Like 3 days.
3 days. Can I would you say it's reasonable for Jukes to maybe like bet like so what I'm thinking is like Jukes is like trying to I know we were joking about this before, but he's actually not trying to woo Robin. He's just like trying to like attempt to be a decent human being.
Mm-hmm.
And he is interested to like learn more about what she does, or like, help out on her job if that's like a thing that can be done.
Are you saying you want to learn learn some medical aid?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that seem like a reasonable narrative structure for him?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're gonna hang out with her for the next, like, few days or whatever, and you're like, I really would like to learn some, like, first aid kind of thing,
Yeah.
Then, yeah, she'll teach you some basic first aid.
Alrighty. And then I assume I need to roll for that, right?
To learn a new skill, yes. I just forget what it was that you have to when gaining new skill.
Let me see if I can bring it up.
I was debating on whether I want to increase my stamina, observation, or mobility, depending on like.
I mean, observation's really useful.
I've definitely noticed that with this run.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm trying to think of the difference between stamina and ability, or agility, or mobility. Goddamn.
Stamina is being able to keep doing a thing, and mobility is your actual being able to move nimbly.
I guess I'll use 5 of my experience points in order to increase my observation.
Okay.
Like, solid?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Alright, strength, health, appearance.
And copy what the thing has on skills.
Hmm.
Cool. All right. Ransom's gonna brush up on his close combat just in case he has to deal with more complex robots.
Okay. So skills do not require you to roll learning the talent as long as somebody is takes at least one shift to teach you the skill. So
All right. Well, then I will be spending my experience to get some medical aid.
yeah, talents requires a wits roll.
Right.
All right. Anybody else gonna spend some XPs on stuff?
Well, that's all I can spend for myself. So
Mm-hmm.
Me.
Yeah. Have you has Ransom Channel, have you gotten 5 XP total yet?
Yeah. From the last few, I was up to 8,
Okay.
so I chopped off 5.
Okay. And what'd you put it into?
Close combat brought it up to 2, I think.
Okay. And Jace, you said you're gonna increase manipulation by another point.
I already did that.
Okay.
Also, is Romero, is that just going to be NPC?
Well, Romero was Chris's Marine character, who is currently lost on an expedition.
Rip.
No. But
So-
in terms of being a rival, should I just remove Romero?
No, you can keep him on. He may or may not show back up. But right now, he is relegated to NPC, much like Dalen was.
Okay. Cool.
Neat.
Okay.
All right.
And I mean, you can have more than one rival as well, so
Yeah, I do.
yeah. Okay. But yeah. Any questions about anything? Anybody want to do anything else with their stuff before we head off?
Do not believe so.
Game.
All right. Well, I know it's a little slow for some people, and the second half was kind of concentrated on just Sean and Nelson there. But I hope everybody was enjoying the spectacle at least.
Mhm.
the most entertaining session yet.
Oh, good.
All right.
Good.
Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, and yeah, like I said, next session will be about 3 days, 3-day time skip.
Yep.
So think about what you're going to be doing for those 3 days, and we'll we can go over that in the private chat and everything like that, and
Yeah.
figure out what characters are doing.
All right. Sounds good.
Right on.
All
Thank
right.
you, Peter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And everyone else.
All right. Yeah, very enjoyable.
All right. I will see y'all next time.
All right.
Good night.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
All right, and I thank you guys for coming on out and continue to watch. I hope you all are enjoying as well, and we will see y'all next time as well.